now come to your third lesson in your SST subject. Yes, in your SST subject I am taking your third lesson, that is the climate. Yes, 5th standard SST third lesson climate. I hope you completed your fair 2 lessons. Yes, first lesson, second lesson, what all map work I told you have done. Yes, I hope you have done. Yes, I will ask you, be ready with your notes. Yes, now third lesson, climate. Climate. What is climate? You say, hey, today climate is very dull. Weather is very cold. You say, yes, climate means what? The temperature in your surroundings. Yes, that is called that is compared with as climate. Weather. How is the weather today? He is asking you here. How is the weather today? How it is? Yes, it is today sunny. Sunny weather. Has it been same since morning? From morning it is same. Yes, from morning. Because now today it is a sunny day. It is not a rainy day. The climate is same. Yes, 28 degree from morning to till the afternoon. Yes. Has the weather changed in the last few days? Yes. Last week we had heavy rains and now it is a hot climate or a sunny day. Yes. Now let us go to the lesson climate. There is constant change in the atmosphere that surrounds the earth. Yes. The change in the air in particular area make up weather of that place. What do you call atmosphere? There is a constant change in the atmosphere. Yes. In our Dharwad, yes, we see morning one climate, afternoon one climate, and evening it is like gloomy clouds come and it starts raining. Yes, 3 type of climate. It is changing. Yes, that changing is of the climate or the atmosphere is called it is constant in the earth. Yes. The change in the air in a particular area makes up the weather. When we are talking about an area, when we are talking about climate, we have to compare it to one area, a particular area. Don't take all the areas in India, or don't take all the areas in Karnataka, or don't take all the areas in Dharwad. It changes from place to place. So now we are talking about only a particular place. Yes, a change in a particular place, the weather condition changes is called a weather. Yes, change in the atmospheric condition in a particular place is called weather. In other words, weather is a condition of the atmosphere. What is the other word? What is the definition of weather here? A weather is a condition of atmosphere at a particular place and time. Yes, what is the definition here? Weather is a condition of atmosphere. Weather is a condition of atmosphere. Condition of atmosphere at a particular place and time. That is called weather. Weather affects us in many ways. Yes, here what is happening? Weather changes day to day. Yesterday it was sunny. Again tomorrow maybe we can't say. If there is a monsoon effect, we get rain. Like that, weather changes day by day. It is not same all the days. Yes, but climate here. What is happening here? Season is different again. We are talking about only weather and climate. So climate changes from day to day. Here, weather affects us in many ways. For example, we choose our clothes according to the weather. Weather also affects our daily activities. Yes, correct. Weather is affecting our daily routine. Yes. If it is a rainy day, you will become lazy and you don't want to go to school. You want to sleep for a long time. You want to cover your bedsheet and don't want to get up and don't want to come to school. And one thing is that you have not done your homework. Then you really act like very gloomy climate. No, today it is raining. I don't want to go to school. Yes? Yes. Are you blaming like that? Yes. And climate, weather also affects our dressing. Yes. We wear different type of clothes according to the weather. If the weather is hot, we wear light clothes or cotton clothes or the thin clothes. When the climate is very cold, you wear the woolen clothes or the clothes which are giving you warmth to your body. Weather also affects our daily activities. Yes, your eating habits also change according to the weather. If it is very cold, you like to eat spicy things, hot things like soup. Yes, you take coffee, tea. Yes, these type of things you you eat in the cold climate. If it is the weather is very hot, you like to eat ice creams, cool drinks, or the tender coconut water, and you like to wander to the spacey area like parks and gardens. Climate is the average weather of a condition. What is the climate here? Yes, climate is the average weather condition of a place over a long period. Climate means what here? Climate means a average weather condition of a place for a long period. Say it is a 2 months, 3 months. Long period means 2 or 3 months. That type of weather condition of a place is called climate. Climate also affects our life. It influences our clothing, housing, transportation and food we eat. Yes, climate also affects our daily life. It changes our clothing, housing, transportation and the food we eat. For example, European countries. Now he is giving an example of a European country. European countries have cold climate. What is special about European countries? They are cold countries. Yes, they are cold countries. You don't find sunlight there. Yes, very low temperature is there. It is very cold area. So people in these countries eat a lot fatty food to be warm. What they are eating? They are eating fatty food which give warm to their body. They are having hot drinks. Yes, they are having hot drinks so that they can withstand the cold around their atmosphere, around them. Yes. Now who studies about climate? Who is the person who studies climate? The person who flies an aeroplane, or he is called a pilot. A person who is studying about a special subject like that. Now here we are talking about climate. So the person who is studying about climate is called climatologist. What is he called? The person who is studying about climate is called climatologist. Yes. People who study about climate have identified that the factors of influencing the climate are. So here people who are studying about climate, they are influencing. On what basis they are studying? They are studying on the basis of latitudes. Yes, I told you imaginary lines are there on the globe. They are longitudes and latitudes. So here the climate is studied according to with the help of latitudes, altitudes, ocean currents and wind patterns. So climatologists who are studying climate, they need all this. What they need? The latitudes to locate the place, where the place is having rainfall or where the climate changing. That all they need to study. So they need the calculation. Yes, for that they need the help of latitudes, altitudes, ocean currents and wind patterns. The presence of high mountains, oceans and deserts in an area also affect the climate. Yes, the mountains, the presence of high mountains, the oceans, the deserts, these also affect our climate. Here in this figure you can see there are 3 colors. Yes, you can see here this is pink color, this is green color and this is blue color. Yeah. Now climatic zones are divided into 3 zones. Climatic zones are divided into 3 zones. First one is the torrid zone, the temperate zone, the frigid zone. Now here the pink color which is near. Here there is an equator line, imaginary line, equator line where the sunshine is falling directly on the equator. This pink line, pink part which is shaded with pink is called the torrid zone where the climate is very hot. It is very hot. Here the pink color part area, the temperature is very high because it is nearing to the equator. And next this green color part, it is called the temperate zone. It is little bit far from the equator, so it is called the temperate zone. This is also called temperate zone. And now next comes the blue color part, that is called the frigid zone. Frigid zone means it is a zone where there is no sunlight. Yes, it is a very cold area. These areas which are nearing to the North Pole and the South Pole, these are called the frigid zone. Come on, let me say once again. This pink part is torrid zone, next temperate zone and this is frigid zone. Yeah, I told you just now that in temperate zone the climate is very, very hot, humid. Yes. Now next in this temperate zone, In temperate zone, here the climate is moderating. How is the climate here? Here it is moderating. Not too hot, not cold. It is neither hot nor cold. Yes, here also neither hot nor cold. Next comes the frigid zone. What is happening in the frigid zone? Frigid zone, you are finding there is no sunlight. Sunlight is not falling here to the poles. So the area is always fed with snow. Yes, it is always fed with snow. Snowfall is more. There is no sunlight. So the area is covered with huge rocks of snow, ice. What do you say? That area is called frigid zone. So this part you have to draw in your fair book. Yes, this part that you will name them as climatic zones and do this coloring part and draw it. Yes. Next, let us come to the. So once again, let me say climatic zones are torrid zone, temperate zone, frigid zone. Yes. Now next. Effects influencing climate. Well, how climate is affecting our life? How it is affecting? The factors. What are the factors that are affecting our climate? Effect of latitude. We know that Earth receives heat from the sun. You will notice that equator brings nearer to the sun, that the poles are most a part of year, receives more sunlight. This direct heat makes the area between the equator and the Tropic of Cancer. Yes, here the sunlight is falling directly. Yes, here the sunlight is falling directly on the equator. Yes, so this part is receiving heavy sunlight. Yes, it is receiving direct sunlight. Direct heat makes the area between the equator to Tropic of Cancer in the north hemisphere. Yes, and in the previous 4th standard I have taught you this equator, upper part is northern hemisphere, the down part is the southern hemisphere. Yes, now here from the Tropic of Cancer to the Tropic of Capricorn, it is called the, which zone? Which zone here? It is called the temperate zone. Yeah, you can see here. Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. This area, as I told you, it is a torrid zone. Here, this is the northern temperate zone and southern temperate zone. This is the frigid zone, Antarctic Circle and the Arctic Circle. Yes. The Tropic of Capricorn in the south hemisphere is the hottest. Tropic of Capricorn, it is the hottest place he is telling you. In the world, here the Tropic of Capricorn, this area in the world, it is very hottest area, hottest zone. These areas are known as the hot or the torrid zones. Yes, I told you they are called the torrid zones. Next, the tropical climate. Here, what type of climate is there in the torrid zone? In the torrid zone, there is temperate type of climate. What is it? Tropical type of climate is there. In the torrid zone, what type of climate is there? Tropical forms of climate. Tropical forms of climate. As we move from the equator, the sun rays gets diffused. As you go from the equator, slowly, slantingly, the sun rays is falling slantingly. Yes, it is falling slantingly. And slowly, it is becoming colder near the poles. Yes, here you are receiving directly, here you are receiving slanting sunlight, and here you are not receiving any sunlight. So, thus the further we are from the equator to the colder climate becomes. Towards the poles, the sunlight strikes the earth at a slant. In the northern hemisphere, these areas are known as the tundras, and they have polar climate. Here, what type of climate is there here? Here they are having polar type of climate. What type of climate? Polar type of climate. Yes. Now here, the area between the Arctic Circle and the Northern Pole. Arctic Circle and the Northern Pole. This area is called as the cold region or the frigid region. Here Arctic Circle and North Pole, and here the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole. These areas are called the frigid zone. Yes, between the tropic areas and the polar region lies the temperate zone. This part from here, these poles to here, this region, this is called the temperate zone. Yes, next here, as I told you, it is not neither cold nor hot. Thus, the degree of the warmth of the region depends on its distance from the equator. So, how the distance from the equator is far, the temperature is becoming low or it is decreasing. The greater the distance from the equator of the region, the less hot it is. If the distance from the equator is far, means they are getting less, it is less hot climate. Yes. Now, this part also you have to draw in your fair book and read the lesson part what I taught now, and write your new words, hard words, whichever you are feeling, temperate zone, torrid zone, climate, weather, condition. These all words you note down in your fair book and do this both drawing part and be ready with the lesson. In the next part I will teach you the second half of the lesson. Thank you children.